So today I have every married woman's dream, lols. I have the house to myself. Here she is so far. She is so heavy. This is so heavy, but I think she turned out from like my first attempt at like wreath making. I think that so far this looks really, really good. Make my house smell like a snack. It literally will make my house smell like an actual snack. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this to come to a boil. Okay, so I literally didn't know what size I wanted to get a wreath mold, so I got two grapevine wreaths. This is a 16-inch, this is a 12-inch. I already had floristry wire. This stuff is clutch if you're gonna do wreath making. It'll keep everything in place. So I have this. I'll link everything down below as well because I got most of this, if not all of it, off of Amazon. I got some wire cutters, just handheld wire cutters. Again, cutting forestry wire. Want to make sure that all is good there. So I've got these. And then in terms of the rest of the supplies, the thing that I did really like about this is that it was fairly low cost to low cost, high reward type situation. And then I got for all the things, I got all of this from my local flower mart. If you have never been to your area's flower mart, I highly recommend. That's where that's where all the florists, most of the florists, it's like the wholesale market for florists in your area, so you can get really good deals on all of the bits that you are looking for any kind of flower arranging, flower adjacent crafting. I've taken you guys a bunch of times to the Oakland Flower Mart. I haven't been to the San Francisco Flower Mart in a while, but it's hard to get out there given my work schedule. But one of these days we'll go because it's bigger and better. But you would have already seen this, I think, in a vlog or two ago. So I got some dried poppy seed heads. I do need to take these out to the yard because they do have poppy seeds in them, and kind of just let the poppy seeds fall where I want poppies, oriental poppies next year. I got some blonde wheat. I got some billy balls just for some color, more poppies, and then I got several bunches of golden wheat as well. So I have, I think here, 2 bunches of the very blonde wheat, and then I have 2, 3, 4 of the golden wheat, and I don't know if this is enough. Rolls, because at work I have tons of wheat, tons of barley, tons of preserved fall flowers that we use in our decor every year, and I've been emming and ahhing as to whether or not I should bring some of that home so I could have that for this project. But let's see how far we can get with what we have here today, and if we do need to bring more in, I can just get that from work. I can either run up there tomorrow and grab it, or I can grab it on Tuesday and bring it home and then finish our wreath. So I will say that the poppy seed heads, unfortunately, are not the best. They look just a little worse for wear, so I may or may not use them. And I do love a dried poppy seed head. I think they're so architectural and beautiful and everything. So we'll see how we fare with these, but let's go and get the seeds like completely emptied out of these, and then we can get started on wreath making. I've been so excited to do this, and I've waited so long to do this for a myriad of different reasons, but I'm finally like chef's kiss. I unfurled my golden wheat. I need to do my blonde wheat. And then you basically just have to make little bunches and tie them off. And then make little bunches and tie them off, and make a little bunch and tie her off, and until we feel we have enough to go around a wreath mold base. And I'm wondering, do I do a 12-inch wreath or do I do a 16-inch wreath? Originally I wanted to do a 16-inch wreath, but it would be so nice to be able to make one and give one to my mom for her front door if I have enough material to do two. So I don't know what I want to do. That is the timer for my dumplings. Let me check on them and give them a turn. Yeah, I also kind of need to figure out the design for my bunches. As well, like whether or not I want to have them all be like the same or have them to be a little bit different. I was kind of thinking doing like all the, like just a bunch of golden wheat bunches, and then doing the blonde wheat because I have so much less of it, doing that with some billy balls, and then that could be like the cute accent part of the wreath. So yeah, this is definitely a lot messier than I had originally anticipated. I mean, I knew it was going to be messy, and I'm glad I cleaned up beforehand because I knew the wheat stalks would be very messy, but maybe a little bit more messy than I originally anticipated. I mean, this is the joys of being an amateur and learning new things and trying new things and trying out new hobbies and all this stuff. Like the thing I really, like my big takeaway out of this summer with the floral arranging and doing a lot of that and doing that as part of like a job thing was I forgot how much I loved doing this and like what I learned was like I really enjoyed it, and I forgot because I had stopped doing it at work for like our bud bases and things like that, how much I still do like enjoy floristry and like all of that, and like I was like coming out of that whole like experience being like, maybe I should take a course or something. I should take a flower arranging course, like a couple of them, and like learn how to do it properly, and not just like binge a bunch of YouTube videos, and like, you know, make this like a thing that I do for myself. How lovely would that be? And yeah, I don't know yet if I will have the time or can find the time to make that happen for myself, but it's definitely something I do want to do, explore, add value. All right, so what I'm thinking is like, I don't want all of the wheat heads to be the same and the bunches, like I don't want them all to be the same height. I want to kind of stagger them a little bit. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that way there's a little bit of dimension there in how they look in the bunches. And just kind of figuring out like what I think looks pretty and all that. Yeah, what a wonderfully wholesome way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Here she is so far. She is so heavy. This is so heavy, but I think she turned out from like my first attempt at like wreath making. I think that so far this looks really, really good. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I think it's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. Today I have every married woman's dream, lols. I have the house to myself, and if you live with a partner that works from home, then you know you probably very rarely have the house to yourself. I have the house to myself. I want to do all the things. So I am gonna make a simmer pot. Peak fall vibes here, people. I'm thinking some cinnamon, some apple, maybe some allspice, a little bit of clove, and a star anise. That all sounds lovely. I might pull some rosemary from the yard. Just because like I want the house to smell not like eucalyptus, which is the predominant smell in my house right now, is eucalyptus oil, because I accidentally just dumped almost an entire bottle all over my countertops. I don't want to talk about it. But to also kind of encourage that yummy, cozy, warm fall feeling, I am wearing a like turtleneck jumper today, and I love fall. Yeah, let's get started. So first and foremost, I'm going to get the simmer pot going. So that's going to involve water and then add-ins of your choice, people. I love a good simmer pot. These are great for fall, winter, and especially like if you're wanting like a natural way to kind of like air the house out, especially with like the windows being closed and like forced heating and stuff in these months. This is like a really good like all natural way of scenting the house that isn't like a candle or a warm spray or something like that. My partner doesn't do well with scents. They are very sensitive to scents, and so this is something I can do in these months, and it is like very easy. It's something that I can scent my home, so to speak, without having to scent my home. Okay, let's get started. Alrighty, let's get going. So I have a old apple here. I have been loving Honeycrisp apples all fall so far, and just keep getting them, and they're kind of the last ones here from my last batch of apples are, this guy's a little not the greatest. The nice thing is use the core, so I'm going to throw the core in, and then I am probably going to eat most of this apple. Why not? Probably gonna eat most of this apple. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Oh, it's good. I love a Honeycrisp apple. We're gonna do that. I'm in my very disorganized spice drawer. I have a cinnamon stick. I have not this guy, I don't have star anise, and that guy. I have some cloves. Like, let's just make this house smell like apple pie, shall we? clove. I do have star anise somewhere. BRB. It's from the Chinese market. But like, yo, Chinese market, man, if you have an Asian grocery store in your town or neighborhood, low key, easy place to find very affordable spices. In bulk too. We have, let's do 2 and a bit of star anise. What else are we feeling? Some cloves, some star anise. I was thinking maybe a little bit of cardamom, but I'm kind of, I don't know. Maybe I don't want cardamom. Maybe I want a little ginger instead. Ginger feels more of what I want. And then I did pop to the garden. I got a rosemary, sprig of rosemary. And then I'll just add like a little bit of green, a little bit of lightness there. To just make it all taste, smell. There is no taste. We are not eating this. It'll make it smell even better. We're just gonna cut up a little bit of ginger here. And then I think this is really going to just make my house smell like a snack. It literally will make my house smell like an actual snack. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this to come to a boil. And then we're gonna reduce it down to a very gentle simmer, hence the name simmer pot. And we're just gonna let this go. Keep an eye on these things. You can let them run for a long time, but you do want to keep an eye on them because it's water. It will evaporate. It will boil and simmer away while the pot is going. So this isn't something where you can leave your house unattended and everything's gonna be like honky-dory. Keep an eye on it. Make sure that you turn off the pot if you go to sleep, if you leave, if you go to your backyard for an extended period, just for safety. And make sure you top it off periodically as the kind of day, evening goes on. This also makes a great hostess gift. You can put all of the dry ingredients into a jar. It's a great way to also give your host something that isn't going to require them to stop whatever they're doing and kind of grab the vase and cut the flowers and whatnot. So you could put dried apple, dried pieces of ginger, or just the whole root. Things of that nature. Dried orange peel, orange, cinnamon, clove also makes a really nice one for this time of year. I'm gonna put instructions. Then you put instructions for it, on a tag on the outside of the jar. Very cute. This also really works good in a slow cooker, because you can leave the slow cooker lid off. I wouldn't do this in an Instapot, but a traditional crock pot, you can do this, and then that makes it again very low maintenance. So it's a little bit safer than say using your gas stove. Anyway, simmer pot, done.